you reading? It's my favorite question to ask someone. As I scan the crowd, I see many people that I've stopped on the streets of Nantucket to ask it. What are you reading? You know, whenever I watch red carpet award shows and the host always asks all the people coming in, who are you wearing? I always wish they would instead ask, who are you reading? In the same way, think of those inquisitive children that are asking so many incessant questions. And one of those questions usually is, what is your favorite color? And while you may be able to learn something about someone when you learn their favorite color is teal, or let's say Nantucket red, how much more would you find out about that person if the child asked, what is your favorite book? And we've all been there. That awkward conversation you're at a party usually segues into weather, because weather is safe. So it's like this. It's raining. We needed it. Yeah, last year it wasn't raining. Interesting. Imagine if that awkward conversation filler could be about books and what we are reading and not the weather. We might be all a little bit more empathetic, a little bit more connected. Welcome to the Nantucket Book Festival, presented by the Nantucket Book Foundation. My name is Tim Ehrenberg, and I'm the proud president of the Nantucket Book Foundation. But today I stand before you truly just a lover of all literature. I'm still that little boy in the bookstores that my parents let roam free, and then I would hide in between the bookshelves because I didn't want to leave. And why? Because books are magic. Alice Hoffman, who is one of our favorite writers, she's part of our Writers Advisory Council, has a quote, and it says, "Books may well be the only true magic." What are you reading? Well, I hope you've been reading books from our stellar lineup of writers that are presenting this weekend. Where are my writers? Raise your hand. Thank you for making the trip. It is not easy to get to Nantucket Island, but we hope that at the end of the weekend, you think it is worth it. Someone just asked me, actually, and everyone always asks, how do you pick the writers that come each year? And I always say the answer is very simple. Someone from our literary committee comes to the table, and they say, I just read this, I loved it, and we need to invite them. There's such a genuine passion for each and every one of your stories. Thank you so much for being here. So I mentioned books are magic. You know what else is magical? The support that we have seen from this organization from the very beginning since the first book festival in 2012. I want to start my thank yous with one of our premier sponsors, the White Elephant, particularly Jill Karp, our honorary chair for 2024. Where is Jill? Jill has supported this festival and foundation from the very beginning. And when you have Jill Karp in your corner, that's how you make the magic happen. Jill, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything that you've done since day one. She's also one of the most voracious readers you'll know. Her and I never talk about the weather because we're always talking about what we're reading. I also want to thank the Nantucket Athenaeum for their years of support and sponsorship, as well as our newest sponsor, the Boston Globe, a collaboration I'm so excited about. I wish I could name every sponsor that we have, because without all of them, we wouldn't be here today. So please, I know we want to get to Miss Margaret Atwood, so I won't read them all, but please take a second to look at the back of your program and all the generosity that we see year after year. Thank you. Our wonderful co-chairs, Mary Haft and Sarah DeVello. Mary Haft is the co-founder of this entire organization, along with my friend Wendy Hudson. And Mary always describes our organization as the little engine that could. And I always follow that with, if that is true, then she has been driving that train since day one. Mary, your dedication to this organization is unparalleled, and we would not be in this room, or you would not be at any session without her. So I would like a private round of applause for Mary. And our other brilliant co-chair, Sarah DeVello, is the newest addition to our festival committee. And when I say that she has breathed an air of positivity, creativity, all the activities, it is literally something that we needed. When you have an organization that's trying to grow, you need that infusion of new energy. And this is why if you feel this is the best one yet, and you've said this about anything you've went to, Sarah DeVello is the shining bright light of that reason. Thank you for shining that. To our Nantucket Book Foundation Board of Directors, 2024 Festival Committee, Writers Advisory Council, booksellers and volunteers, thank you. Nantucket is a very storied place, and when you are the setting for what some claim to be the great American novel Moby Dick, you have a lot to live up to. I like to think that Herman Melville is somewhere so proud of us. I would like everyone who is part of our family to please stand so that you can connect with the faces that make this happen year after year. All of these people are some of the most creative individuals that I have the honor to work with. But when you have creative ideas, it's a lot to wrangle. And what always shocks people when I get to say is, we have one full-time staff member. Shocking. And that is our executive director, Kaylee Kokomore. Where is Kaylee? This one I might get a little emotional. I don't think I've talked to Kaylee more than I've talked to my own husband in the last 6 months. Kaylee, I'm so impressed with you. You have the best poker face in the land. If something could be going so wrong, Kaylee's face has the grace of everything is going well. Mine, the cape can see a problem happening. I'm like, Kaylee, if you see Kaylee this weekend or during the summer, please stop her on the street and congratulate her. She deserves it. Thank you. I want to thank our part-time development coordinator, Taylin Breeden. She joined the family about 3 or 4 months ago, but it seems like she's been here since 2012 with how much she adds. Thank you, Taylin. And I also want to shout out to Maddie Julstrom, who was our former executive director for years. Maddie, your stamp is still all over this program. Thank you for all your years of hard work. An element of our festival that is unique and that we are also proud of is that the majority of our events are free. Now, when you think Nantucket, the opposite word you think of is free. That is something that the co-founders, it was really important to them. And I am so proud that you could be walking down the street, poke your head in and say, what is this? That's my favorite author, and hear the most outstanding presentation. So the fact that it is free is just something that means so much to us. While our events are free, producing it is not. This event is completely funded by donors like you. I want to thank some of our lead donors, Mary and Robert Haft, Richie Battle, Elizabeth Galvin, Nancy Seaman, and Alan Schwartz. But truly, everyone that has even given $1 makes the difference. Thank you to everyone. Just like the sponsors, if you open your program to the donor list in the back, please take a second to look at all the generosity that we've received. We are much more than just this weekend. Our foundation created a visiting author program in our schools, a Young Writer Award that we'll present tomorrow on Saturday at the Dreamland. We have an upcoming fundraiser that sold out in like 8 hours featuring Ellen Hildebrand. We have an inaugural children's festival coming up September 7th. If you are moved by anything that I've said, one of our authors have said, or one of these programs that we've created, please consider a donation to the Nantucket Book Foundation. I know no one likes the guy asking for money, but please just take a second to think if anything has moved you and what you could give the program. We have a QR code brilliantly on the back that you can scan and go right to the donation website.